Hi everybody. So we are going to do the January Pantry Challenge wrap-up discussion tonight. As I mentioned, I believe yesterday, the day before, something like that, I spent a little chunk of time getting all of our receipts plugged into the Excel spreadsheet and seeing exactly where we really stood. I have learned a few things from this experience. One, my sense of perception is typically off, okay? I budgeted $75 for miscellaneous foods for the month. And that was for essentially the two of us. And I didn't get there, okay? I got there, I exceeded that. And I'm a little bummed about that because the thought at the beginning of the month was that we would only be spending that money on milk, on cream, on bread, and then I realized that I forgot to get cheese, so there was no cheese, so then we had to get cheese. But all that being said, I still exceeded the $75. Now, I super exceeded the $75 when you count in the things that I thought might happen and the things that happened unexpectedly that I just honestly could not pass up. If you'll remember, and I'll put a link to the original launch of the Pantry Challenge. I did mention that the cream of mushroom soup goes on sale, and I just had this feeling that it was going to go on sale because I was starting the Pantry Challenge. It did. So that was 20 some odd dollars right there because it drops in half for these family-sized cans, and we use quite a few of those in recipes, and Phil likes it just for a quick, easy lunch or a dinner if I'm not around. So we were down to 5. So when it came on sale, it was necessary for us to get it. And I kind of forewarned you about that one. What I did not expect was that pineapples would go on sale for 99 cents a piece. Pineapples are never 99 cents a piece. So we ended up getting a total of 10 so that I could put them in jars. Ground beef, grass-fed ground beef, 30 pounds. Because I couldn't pass up an insanely good price at a very rare opportunity, okay? So that kind of threw it over. The heavy whipping cream, when we went up north, that was just a fraction of what we have to pay here for the same amount. So I stocked up on that a little bit. I mean, it was just all these bizarre little things like that. I think that was all of those. Yeah, I think that was it. Those threw me off. Those in my mind kind of killed the Pantry Challenge right there because I couldn't walk away from those. I'd have been a fool to walk away from those because I had the ability to not walk away from them. If I didn't have the ability, we wouldn't be having this discussion, okay? But I'm very fortunate that I had the ability. But I did learn that by not keeping on top of my bookwork, that my perception of what we spent against the reality was skewed. And I'll tell you what my perception was based off of, okay? I think I always thought a good chunk of our weekly budget went towards one thing. Ready? That. Yep. I have been a Diet Coke addict for close to 30 years. And when I tell you this, I couldn't be more serious. It is harder for me to get off of Diet Coke than it was to quit smoking, and I smoked for over 22 plus years. I can't remember how long I smoked now. I smoked for a long time. And it's harder for me to get away from the Diet Coke. But I was making a concentrated effort to switch to water. I thought I'd found a way to actually master this. It ends up that it's the temperature of the water. And I was able to, regulate how much I was drinking because of my super big Ninja cup. And it really helped. But, so I thought, hey, we're saving all kinds of money because we're not buying Diet Coke. Yeah, no, we're saving a little bit. It was bizarre. There was the random trip. I see a couple of random trips to a local party store near my work where I picked up a pop and I don't know, something else. And then there was a couple of cheese purchases that, you know, I hadn't actually intended on. And yeah, a lot of little itty bitty teeny tiny trips that all by themselves go, oh yeah, they're not going to hurt the budget. But when you add them all together, yeah, that's kind of like a little kick in the gut. It was kind of a bummer. So I almost doubled our expenditures. Once you take out those great deals that I couldn't get away from, we still almost doubled my planned expenditures for the month of January. So I'm kind of giving myself a D minus, D plus, D minus, because, hi Una, because we didn't fail epically. I mean, obviously all of that stuff is going to be used, and then someone's going to save us a huge amount of money moving forward. So it wasn't a total fail, okay? We had the ability to get it, we got it, and that was it. But it also wasn't a huge success because we didn't stick to it like I had hoped to. I had really hoped to come in under $75. There's that reality check. So as a result, I guess the wrap up for January is that I need to keep better track. I need to keep up on my book work. I'm going to keep working off the Diet Coke, and we're going to stay on top of the book work so that I don't rely on my sense of perception, which is almost as bad as going grocery shopping with a list in your memory, okay? It just doesn't work. Write it down, log it in, count it for real. We'll see how it goes. We are going to try the Pantry Challenge for February. The only expenditure that I really see, nothing else is even coming to mind, so it's probably not going to happen, okay? But I would like to do one dinner out with some friends, and so that is probably the only oddball thing that we'll do is one dinner out with some friends. But other than that, we are going to attempt to do all of our meals again from home, from what we have here in our freezers, in our pantry, and out of the chicken coop. We can do it. Yes, we can. So if you would like to join along, hey, you know, mention it down below and we can kind of keep each other honest in this. I think it's a really great challenge. It's a really great way to write your perception of what you do and what you use and how you use it. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. I'm weird. So January Pantry Challenge wrap-up is, we made it. Could have been better. Could have been worse. On to February. I hope everyone's having a really, really great weekend, and we will talk to you again real soon. Remember, if you like, please like, subscribe, share. Of course, leave a comment. We love hearing from you. Seriously, love hearing from you, okay? And then remember, we are on Instagram and Facebook. Have a really great day, everyone. If you did do the Pantry Challenge with us, leave a comment below. Let us know how you did on your Pantry Challenge, or link your video. See you later. Bye.